Is day 6 of 2026, and today's vlog is going to be a bit long. So I'll just start by calling things that I've been doing for over a year, and I would like to tell you the significance of why I was doing it. So in the past 1 to 2 years, I've gathered a lot of information about the disclosures by each educational institute that is currently present in Goa. I mean, technical institutes that are present in Goa, whether it is AITD, whether it is PCC, whether it is GC, whether it is my own college, whether it is DBC. I tried going through each and every website trying to understand what information is put up, what are the facilities, what are the things that are there, what is the uh, what do you say? It is the fee distribution, and they were pretty surprising insights in that. I also went through their institutional disclosure documents, which basically contains which faculties are currently present in your institute, which year they join. This document is usually released prior to renewing their approval for AICT. So after a certain duration of years, they need to reapply for that AICT approval, and there's a AICT approval handbook. If you go through it, there are so many guidelines that the institute needs to follow in order to actually be able to run that institute in the first place. So this message is basically like a reminder for all the institution people who are running the institutions, people who own the institutions, that they should not run the institution for the just the sake of it. Just creating a physical institute with bare minimum necessities is is not going to help anyone. It may provide basic education, but with running institution comes great responsibility. It's not just responsibility about managing the finances, managing the faculties, but it's also about managing the students, taking care not just of their physical safety but also of their mental health. We literally did not have anything until recently. We just had a mental health club, and I really don't see it doing anything, and only that one talk that was there on stress management that I just heard about, and there were a couple more, but I don't think that it is helping anyone. The problem is not going to get resolved in 1 or 2 days. You have to get to the root. In that AICT handbook, there are guidelines that, if followed properly, I think each and every student of every technical institute will be in a much more better place than they currently are. I don't say this thing is for every institute. There are institutes that have done way better in ensuring that their students are in good conditions, but this is not for everyone. So there are few institutes that are not complying with this guidelines. I would say they're complying with the bare minimum requirements, but not the other things that they can do to improve the student life. Sometimes it's not even about the things that they are providing. Sometimes it's more of the things that cannot be seen, that need to be provided. They may not feel the need of it because it cannot be seen. It cannot. Some things cannot be asked. You just have to observe. Some things need to be observed. You cannot understand certain things in this chaos unless you just sit and you just reflect what things might be required, what things might be missing. Only then can the gap be filled. So, as I mentioned, the mental health club had a talk on stress management, which we gladly skipped, and I'm glad I did because I realized that the people stressing us, organizing a talk on stress management is not going to benefit. So it's you guys that have to fix the system first. You guys stop stressing the students in the way that you'll do. Management stop pressuring the faculties in the way that you'll do. And everyone will be in a better place. So one way of seeing this and how it can be resolved is counseling conducted for faculties first, making them understand that deadlines are to be structured in a way that do not overburden the students, they do not pressure them, understanding that working outside of college hours when they don't give sufficient time to do the work that is related to the college is not permissible and that it greatly impacts the health of the students. If you see anyone, other colleagues of yours pressuring other students, instead of just looking at what's going on, I would rather encourage you to speak. The student might not always want to speak up because we know what's possible, we know the consequences, we know the effects, so we may not, but you have the opportunity, but you won't, because I know people who just say that it doesn't affect me, so why should I bother in the first place? It doesn't affect you today. There's something that might affect you in your future, and then you go around asking for help for some other person, and that person will say the same thing. Why does it bother me? You just figure it out on your own. Sometimes it's not about whether it's affecting us, it's affect or not. It's about what we can do in that moment. What are things we could do and we did not do. So I want you guys to reflect, think about it. The system needs to change. The people in it need to make an effort to change the system. That's the message for today. Thank you and have a nice day.